OpenAI and SpaceX are quietly building their own AI chips, and it's about to break the entire tech industry's supply chain. Right now, if you want to train a cutting-edge AI model, you have basically one choice: buy Nvidia GPUs. Nvidia controls something like 80 to 90% of the AI chip market. They're the gatekeeper. Want to build a competitor to ChatGPT? You need Nvidia. Want to train a new language model? Nvidia. It's like every company trying to build the future has to pay Nvidia a ransom just to get started. And Nvidia knows it. Their margins are insane. Their prices keep climbing, and everyone else is stuck. But here's what's changing. OpenAI has been working on custom AI chips for years now. Sam Altman has openly said they want to reduce dependency on Nvidia. SpaceX, under Elon's direction, has been recruiting chip engineers and building custom silicon for their Starlink satellites. And they're not alone. Google has TPUs, Amazon has Trainium and Inferentia chips, Meta is designing their own silicon. Everyone with deep pockets and ambition is doing the same thing. They're building a way out. Why does this matter? Because right now, the bottleneck is real. If you're a startup trying to compete with OpenAI, you can't get enough Nvidia chips. The supply is constrained. The prices are astronomical. You're blocked before you even start. But if OpenAI can make their own chips cheaper and more efficient for their specific workloads, suddenly they don't just have a product advantage. They have a cost advantage that's almost impossible to compete with. They can undercut everyone on price. They can scale faster. They can iterate quicker. And that's the terrifying part for everyone else. This isn't just about chips. It's about vertical integration at scale. OpenAI is becoming a chip company and an AI company and an infrastructure company all at once. They're controlling the entire stack. That's the same playbook Apple used to dominate smartphones. They built their own chips, their own OS, their own ecosystem. Now imagine that, but for artificial intelligence. SpaceX's angle is slightly different. They need massive computing power for autonomous vehicles, for Starship's flight systems, for processing Starlink satellite data. Custom chips mean faster inference, lower latency, better performance where it matters. But the spillover effect is the same. SpaceX becomes less dependent on Nvidia, and they can potentially sell or license their chip designs to other aerospace and defense contractors. That's a new revenue stream and a new form of leverage. Here's the thing that keeps big tech companies up at night. If the leaders can build their own chips and lock in a cost advantage, the gap between them and everyone else doesn't just widen. It becomes structural. You can't catch up by hiring more engineers or moving faster. You're competing on a playing field where the market leader owns the field itself. Nvidia is not stupid. They see this coming. They're investing in software, in CUDA optimization, in ecosystem lock-in. They're trying to make it so painful to switch away from Nvidia that even companies building their own chips still use Nvidia for parts of the stack. But the math is working against them. Every major AI lab is now running their own chip development programs. It's not a question of if the market fragments, it's when. What does this mean for you? Well, if you're building an AI startup, you're about to face a much harder world. The big players are locking in advantages you can't replicate. If you're investing in tech, watch for chip announcements from OpenAI, Meta, and others. Those are signals of how serious they are about long-term dominance. If you work in AI, the skills that matter are about to shift. It's not just about knowing how to use Nvidia's tools anymore. It's about understanding custom silicon, about optimization, about systems thinking. The chip wars are heating up, and this time, the weapons aren't being made by chip companies. They're being made by the companies that actually need the chips. And that changes everything about how AI gets built from here on out. If you want to actually understand what's happening in AI beyond the hype and the headlines, subscribe. I break down one of these shifts every few days, and you're going to want to know what's coming.